First I have to say that this little story of mine is dedicated to my great-granddaughter, Anat Vorgaf Navon. I was 85 when she was born, but I think we have something in common. And that's love of animals, at least of horses. I have a picture here, everyone can see. That's not me in the picture, that's her. Where I was born in Coney Island, it was in 1930, so you have to go back, and there was right next to us, down the street a little bit, a big stable where they stabled the horses, because even though there were a lot of cars and trucks driving around the streets, there were also a good deal of horses and mules. Mules especially, I think, but mixed. This and this were also working just like the trucks. So near the house that I was born, there was a stable and there were horses in there. I could come in and just see their tails on both sides, and then usually somebody who worked there would throw me out. But I kept going in whenever I passed. I love the smell. Anyway, I'll go ahead a long time. When I reached my 18, 19-year-old age, I went to a training farm, because I'd already decided I wanted to go and live in Israel. And they had a training farm there. And there, I also, because my birthday is in December, I got there in the winter time. They didn't know what to do with me. They sent me to work on a nearby farm where the owner of the farm, a man named Lee Challender, I'll never forget him, he put me to work shoveling shit and said he liked to see the Jew boys work. And we became close friends after around 3 months, I would say, 2-3 months. Because I was always a good worker, I always enjoyed working. And I wasn't ashamed to work, and it just happened. I was on Hachshara, and I then came to Kibbutz Urim, and of course I was working with the cows. Not too long, because they brought sheep in and I started doing that, but for around a year or so I was working with the cows. And there was a cow that was giving birth, and she was lying down and screaming, and I was trying to help, but she was half Syrian. In other words, there were smaller, thinner cows, tall and thin, the Syrian cows that we had. And what she was getting is this egel, this calf was really too big for her. And I think it was almost 4 hours. I started it, I think it was 2 in the afternoon. It was getting dark by the time I got the calf out completely. I was soaked from top to bottom with all the goo that comes with birth and with the afterbirth. And the cow got up, I don't remember her name, and she started licking me. And then I learned that a cow's tongue is very rough. But so long as she licked my shirt and my pants, everything was fine. And she got me clean and sort of stayed with me. And I got up, I went to the shower. We had a communal shower at the time. And everybody tells me, Zvi, there's a cow outside. I say, I know. So what? I don't know. I can't do anything. She's waiting for me. I finish showering in the communal shower, and I start walking home, and she follows me. And I get to my house. She can't come in. She sees that. She stands outside. There's a lawn. She shits in it, so I'll have work to do in the morning. And she lies down. She's waiting there. I do my best to ignore her. People knock on the door and say, "Zvi, there's a cow outside." I say, "I know." And that's all I could say. And this went on, and in the morning I got up, and she was still there. So I went to her, I patted her, she stood up like a puppy, and I went to the barn where she had her a place, and I put her in the barn, and she stayed there after that. And whenever I came by, she would look at me, and we would sort of nod at each other. I'd come and play with her sometimes. But that was my pet cow.